Well, hey.
How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all doing great. So I moved my lights around to film and I forgot to clear out the background. 2 seconds. Much better. Hey guys, how you doing? Harmonic Chaos, doing something again, I guess, on the internet. So there's this little unknown, kind of small, little niche kind of sports movement that's kind of happening. Well, some people don't even actually really even call it a sport, to be honest with you. They kind of lump it in with like badminton, handball, and ping pong, kind of stuff like that. This little kind of unknown, like really underground offshoot. I'm milking this thing, can you tell? Sport called banana ball. For those of you new here, that was sarcasm. And for those of you unaware of what in fact banana ball is, you shouldn't, if you're watching this video, you should already know what banana ball is. But the sport of banana ball was all started, well, conceptualized technically, I guess, a man by the name of Jesse Cole. So the storied history of the bananas all started in 2015 when the historic Grayson Stadium was actually vacated by the previous team. For the first time in 90 years, there wasn't a minor league team that played in Grayson Stadium.
It's been 84 years.
And things were kind of slow because trying to drum up excitement around a minor league baseball team can kind of be a little bit on the difficult side of things. And by that, I mean, I am giving that a drastic understatement.
The game was rigged from the start.
So much so that Jesse and Emily Cole actually had to sell their house just to keep the team afloat. But everything actually changed and started the meteoric rise to the entertainment powerhouse that the Savannah Bananas and Banana Ball would go on to be. All of that started in February of 2016 when they officially renamed the team to the Savannah Bananas, which it was covered by a lot of sports publications like NBC, CBS, Sports Illustrated, and they were actually featured in ESPN's Sports Center Logo of the Year. So they garnered a lot of attention very, very quickly nationally. Now, locally, it was not exactly as well received, including some people saying that the owner should be thrown out of town and that they would never sell a ticket. Well, clearly they were wrong about that one, but we'll get there. So, after all of that mixed feedback, nationally garnering attention, locally people hating it, what happened? Well, turns out they were actually onto something, that instead of trying to revitalize minor league baseball in the city of Savannah, they just overhauled what baseball could look like and envisioned something completely different. And a lot of the same traditions that they still hold to nowadays, they started back in this first season, including the Banana Nanas, which is their, it's one half of their cheerleading team that is made up of, you guessed it, nanas. The first banana baby, which is, they have a baby that is dressed as a banana and they're like, they basically do a whole Lion King thing. It's actually very funny. And probably one of the most iconic things of all is the dancing players. Because if you're somehow unfamiliar, like every single one of their player roster dances at some point. In some form, they all do dances. And ever since the first season when they introduced this like reimagined version of what baseball could be, they have sold out every single game, including but not limited to just recently, like literally including games that were played in NFL stadiums, such as the Raymond James in Tampa, the Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, and the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Which Charlotte, they did a Friday night and a Saturday night, and both of those were sold to capacities. So 74 to 75,000 people each night, which is insane. They sold, what is that? 150, if it was like full capacity, 150,000 people watching them play banana ball like across two. That's mind-blowing numbers. Also do one thing that's very, very different for the sports world just in general, because a lot of stadiums actually make their money off of concession sales. But at the Grayson Stadium and in Savannah, when they're playing a home game, all food and all soft drinks are actually free. Well, it's included in the price of the ticket, but it's an all-you-can-eat thing, which again is mind-blowing. My like day job is in that sort of realm of things, like, and so the fact that they don't charge for food is like ridiculous, but they make it work. So you might be sitting there wondering to yourself, what actually is banana ball? How is it different? Like, it can't be that different, right? That is where you are 1000% incorrect. The first thing that's different is the scoring. Instead of having a cumulative score at the very end being like, oh, deciding who wins the game, it is an inning by inning basis. So, you know, if the party animals scored 3 and the banana scored 2, the party animals won the inning, so they get a point. And then at the very end, after 9 innings or 2 hours, because that's a thing, they have a 2-hour time limit. So at the very end of the 2-hour time limit, whoever is whoever is ahead based on how many innings they've won, that's who wins the game. And no new innings can actually be started after the 2 hour. So no new innings can be started after the 1 hour and 50-minute mark. But if they're in the 9th inning and it hits the 2 hour mark, they finish the inning. Kind of how it goes. And if at the very end of 9 innings or 2 hours, if it's a tie game, then they have a tiebreaker showdown where it's one fielder, one pitcher, one batter. So that's scoring. But what else is different? Well, first off, there's no bunting because bunting sucks. And yes, that's actually in the rules. And if you do bunt, that is an automatic ejection from the game, which I love because they don't mess around with that. They're like, no, it's not an instant out. You get ejected from the game. Another fun thing is batters can steal first base, which was mind blowing. I'm like, wait, you could just, if there's a wild ball that the catcher just misses, you can just book it to first base and you're good. So walks happen, but they happen differently. So after 4 balls, instead of immediately getting to first base, every single player on the technically defense has to touch the ball. And only after all of them touch the ball is it a dead ball and the runner can no longer progress. So if someone goes to first and not everybody's touched it and someone drops it, they can make it to second. Or if someone's on second and someone's walked, they can make it all the way home. Like, it's just such an insane change, but it works so well. So there's no pitcher swaps that can happen in the middle of innings. If your pitcher's having a rough day, that sucks. He's got to finish the inning. Because there is no, like, pitchers can't go out of the mounds, coaches can't go out of the mounds. Like, it's, once you're out there pitching, you are there till the end of the inning. Another fun thing is, so foul balls normally, if they go into the stands, they go into the stands and a fan gets the ball and it's like, oh, this is so cool. But in banana ball, if a foul ball is hit and a fan catches it, then it counts as an out, which just, again, it really does speak to their whole mantra of fans first, which I mean, the Savannah Bananas are owned by Fan First Entertainment. So they really do include the fans a lot into the game itself. The golden batter rule, where if, you're going into the 9th inning and you just need to hit, you need to have your rock star batter just smack it into the stands, then they can just have that, wherever that batter is batting in the lineup, they can just pick them and put them to go next. Like, the only way that I can describe a lot of these rules is crazy, but it's so much fun to be at the game. Also, another thing that's really interesting is the whole recruiting process. So you have to apply to be recruited, and then you get invited to go to the tryouts, and then and only then do you potentially get recruited and get to play for one of the teams. And there are like other criterias, like you have to be athletic. Obviously, having professional or high-level collegiate play, it helps. And also you have to have social media. Well, you don't have to have social media, but having a social media platform where you make content helps with the recruiting process. Like, if you look, most of the players that play on the team, they either had or they built social media presences and, started building like different platforms like Instagram, TikTok, all that sort of stuff. I mean, anywhere you can upload, they upload, and, have garnered millions of fans, and that is all a part of the brand. And they'll carry cameras out onto the field with them, they'll record stuff, and it's all okay and above boards with the team because they're like, yeah, we want more eyes on the sport, so please make more content that features the game and get more fans involved and on board. So I mean, yeah, it's like Banana Ball is insane to watch, and they're so popular now that they have expansion teams. Like, it was just the Party Animals and the Bananas, but now they played an exhibition game against the Clemson Tigers, and they also have expansion teams like the Firefighters, the Visitors, and the Tailgaters. So like a Banana Ball team just located elsewhere. And I mean, it is so much fun to just go and watch these games. Like, if you ever have the chance to go to a Savannah Bananas game or any of like the affiliate team games, do it. It's so much fun. Like, my wife, who doesn't like sport, well, she likes hockey, but for other than that, she doesn't really like sports. We both thoroughly enjoyed the game because of just how like off the walls insane it is. They are blasting music the entire time. Players are dancing, having a good time. You can just tell that everybody's having a good time. And when all the players are having a good time, all the fans are having a good time, and you like just feed off of the energy. And it's just a really, really good time. So yeah, moral of this video is, if you ever have the opportunity to go see them play, please do yourself the favor. It's so worth it. And I know we were actually lucky to be able to go because friends of ours, they, like, 2 of them entered into the lottery to get tickets, and they've been trying for like 3 years now. They entered in to get the tickets and they got them, and then they had 2 extras because they both got in. So they had 2 extras and we were invited to go with them. And like, for where we were sitting, and it was only $40 a ticket, like, it unrivaled entertainment for that amount of money. It's so much fun. So again, if you have the opportunity to go, please do yourself a favor. It is so worth it. But yeah, so that's me talking about the most controversial team the most controversial non-baseball baseball team ever, I guess. I don't really No, I don't really know what to call them. Banana ball team. How about that? It's baseball adjacent. I don't want to say it's almost baseball because that really diminishes like their skill levels, because again, these guys are really, really, really talented people. Anyways, this has been my rant. It was on my headline. Hope y'all enjoyed. My name's been Harmonic Chaos. I'll catch y'all next time.